Okay, good evening, everyone. We're here for the regular council meeting for February 22nd. I will go into introductions and we'll go right into it. When we get to public hearings, I will do a quick run through of how we are going to operate them this evening. So without further ado, we have with us Councillor Joel Lemoine. Me. Councillor Shane Pelletier. Even. Our Assistant CEO Dominic Lemoine will be running the show with me today.
Good evening.
Councillor Jeanine Belanger.
Good evening.
Councillor Jason Bodnerchuk. Good evening. And myself, Chris Ewan. So we will get right into it with item number 1, meeting called to order. Do I have a mover? Councillor Pelletier, second by Councillor Belanger. Thank you. Any comments before we open the meeting? No? Okay, call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. I'll open the meeting at 7:01 p.m. Item 2, adoption of the agenda. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bodnerchuk, second Councillor Lemoine. Thank you. We're good with the agenda as is. We don't want to change anything up.
We could move the delegation up if they're online.
So let's go to the delegation first and then we'll go business as usual. Council's good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll call for the question. All in favor? That's carried. So we will jump to the delegation, which I need to find here on my favorite. Second page. Sorry, I'm in high school today. 6.1 Bridget Curity Food Cycler Program. Hi Bridget, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good. I'm just going to give you some rules of order here for myself. I'm a short fuse mayor, they call me, so I like a 10-minute max for these delegations, and then that's it. Just so you know, okay?
Okay, that's great. I'll try to keep it under 10. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. Thanks very much for having me this evening. My name is Bridget Curity, and I'm the Municipal Program Coordinator at Food Cycle Science, and I'm excited to be here with you all tonight to discuss our food waste diversion program for the rural municipality of Richat. To give you a quick introduction, Food Cycle Science is a Canadian company based out of Ottawa, and we're 100% focused on food waste diversion solutions. We do this using our innovative technology called the Food Cycler, which is sold directly to consumers through our partners Vitamix and Breville, to schools through nonprofit organizations, and to municipalities through our Municipal Solutions Program, which is what I'll be presenting to you tonight. We're currently working with over 120 Canadian municipalities from the Yukon and BC all the way across to Atlantic Canada. In Manitoba, some of our partners include Stonewall, Montcalm, West St. Paul, and Portage la Prairie. We work with a variety of communities ranging from small rural towns that don't have curbside pickup for their organic waste to larger cities who are looking for innovative solutions to complement or even replace their existing curbside organics program. The main problem with food waste is that it's avoidable. It accounts for a large portion, often the majority of our household waste, and it's largely made up of liquid, which is heavy, smelly, and freezes in the winter. On top of that, food waste in the landfills is responsible for generating harmful greenhouse gases and methane. And all of these factors make it so that food waste is a big problem that has a strong municipal impact. Because food waste makes up such a large portion of our waste stream, it's causing our landfills to fill up quickly. Operating a landfill is costly for a municipality, so we want to extend the lifespan of our landfills for as long as possible. The environmental impact is that organic waste in landfills produces methane gas, which, as we know, is many times more harmful than CO2. And to put that into perspective, taking 1 ton of food waste out of the waste stream is equivalent to taking 1 car off the road for an entire year. In our communities, putting food waste in the garbage causes odors, which is unpleasant for humans, of course, but very interesting for animals like bears and raccoons who love to rummage through our trash. Removing food waste from the garbage eliminates these problems and reduces the weight and volume of trash being transported to the landfills. We often get asked, haven't we solved this problem already? And the short answer is no. There are green bin programs, which are common in big cities with high population density and the right infrastructure. However, this can be cost prohibitive or operationally challenging to implement for smaller communities. Participation rates for green bin programs are pretty low because it doesn't solve the issue of the smelly odors and wild animals. Some people in your community might backyard compost, and we think that's a great solution. Unfortunately, backyard composting is not feasible for everyone, and it's certainly not a year-round solution given our Canadian winters. Participation rates for backyard composting is also pretty low, and there's still the problem of wildlife being attracted to the smell. And finally, the easiest solution is to continue to send organic waste to the landfill, but as we know, the long-term impacts are costly and incredibly harmful to the environment. At Food Cycle Science, we've proposed a different way to deal with our food waste, which first and foremost focuses on making food waste very easy to deal with right in our homes. Essentially, we've built a small appliance about the size of a bread machine where you put in your food waste, and that can include meat, eggshells, dairy, avocado pits, bones, even paper towel. You push a button, and in the matter of hours, you have a dry, sterile, odorless, and nutrient-rich soil amendment that you can use to fertilize your garden. The machine can be used anywhere with a plug. Most people store it in their kitchen, basement, spare room, or even a heated garage. The food cycler will process on average 1 to 3 kilograms of food waste per cycle and reduces the food waste volume and weight by about 90%. Each cycle takes anywhere between 4 to 8 hours and uses about 0.8 to 1.3 kilowatt hour, which is the equivalent to having a laptop plugged in for the same amount of time. The byproduct created during the process is a completely dry and inert biomass that has many beneficial uses. As I mentioned before, some people will mix it into the soil very much like a fertilizer and use it right in their garden at home. But you can also add it to a backyard composter, integrate it into a leaf and yard waste system, donate it to a local farm or community garden, or add it to a green bin program in municipalities where the service is available. It can also be put into the garbage, and although we don't love to promote that last option, the food cycler reduces food waste and volume and weight by 90%. So even if it does end up in the garbage, it will significantly reduce the tonnage being hauled to the landfill. We offer 2 food cycler models in our municipal program. The FC30 has a 2.5 liter capacity, which is great for households of 2 people or less. And our larger unit, the Eco5, that has a capacity of 5 liters and is designed for larger households. Both units are equipped with refillable carbon filters to control odors. These filters can be purchased directly from us and are recommended to be changed every 3 to 4 months or so. From an environmental standpoint, the food cycler is a net negative carbon solution. So what that means is that just like planting trees or using solar panels, when you use the food cycler to avoid bringing food waste to a landfill, you're avoiding more greenhouse gases than you're creating in the process. In addition to the environmental impact, the traditional method of managing food waste is a heavily burdened system with unrelenting trucking, labor, and maintenance costs. Food Cycler offers a truly decentralized approach that avoids unnecessary labor costs. It avoids greenhouse gas emissions from trucking and improper food waste breakdown, and it avoids infrastructural costs to the municipality and its residents. One thing we've learned from working with our municipalities is that residents are very interested in being part of the solution. They want to try new things, they want options, and they want their government to bring these solutions to their community. By partnering with Food Cycler, your municipality gets to bring something innovative and tangible to your residents, and they don't need to live in a big city to be able to be a part of the solution. We believe that food waste diversion should be available to all Canadians, no matter where they live. As I mentioned earlier, we're working with many municipalities across Canada. To date, we've completed programs in over 100 municipalities and over 10,000 households. The results have been overwhelmingly positive. We've achieved an overall 4.6 out of 5-star rating and have diverted over 3,000 metric ton of CO2e annually, which is the equivalent of taking more than 660 gas-powered vehicles off the road each year. In addition to this, we have a 98% participation rate, which is significantly higher than the participation rates for green bin programs across Canada. Last year, Food Cycler was selected as a finalist for Impact Canada's Food Waste Reduction Challenge, which is a 3-part initiative from the Government of Canada to reduce Canada's food waste. As a finalist, we were awarded $400,000 and tasked with finding more Canadian municipalities to partner with. We're using all of this funding to invest directly into our municipalities at a heavily subsidized price. The municipal program is typically a 12-week project. Residents purchase a food cycler at a subsidized rate from their municipality. They use the unit, track the number of cycles they run for a period of 12 weeks, and at the end, residents get to keep the food cycler, and we ask them to complete a brief survey so that we can evaluate the program's success. The results are then presented back to you in a final report, and this data can be used to support your future waste management decision making or to accompany a recommendation or grant application to expand the program. The funded program works based on a subsidy model where Food Cycle Science provides a large discount, plus we add in the federal investment from Impact Canada to get the price of each unit reduced by 50%. We then ask the municipality to subsidize the cost by $100 per participating household. Residents will then choose which model best suits their needs and contribute the remaining amount of either $150 for the smaller unit or $300 for the larger unit. And then once the program is completed, the food cycler is theirs to keep forever. Here we have pilot size recommendations for a municipality of your size. We'd recommend the 100 household program. Since the municipality would be subsidizing $100 per participating household, a program size of 100 units would require an investment of $10,000 plus the cost of shipping and taxes. And I'd like to highlight here that these are merely recommendations based on our experience. We can definitely explore other program sizes that are tailored to meet your needs or budget. And lastly, I'd like to highlight some additional benefits that may resonate with you as you consider whether you should partner with us. The first is that you have the opportunity to offer this technology to your residents at well below market rates. You'll also see immediate and impactful benefits such as increased waste diversion rates, lower disposal costs, and reduced greenhouse gas emissions. Also, you can provide your residents with this low-cost municipal service, all while being a steward for the environment. And we'd welcome the rural municipality of Richat as a partner. We believe that your community is a great fit for the benefits of this program. Today, I ask that you kindly receive this presentation as information, and should there be any interest in partnering with us on a funded program, I ask that you refer me to a staff member for a report and recommendation. Thanks so much for having me present to you tonight. I'm happy to answer any questions at this time.
Thank you very much. Bang on time here. Council, do you have any questions? Ms. Bridget? My question, Bridget, is how long has this piece of equipment been out for?
We've been around, I believe, since 2011. Our municipal program has been around for, we're going on 3 to 4 years now.
Okay. And then what's the life expectancy of one of these units?
We have, based on all of our testing, we are looking at about a 7 to 8 year lifespan for these units.
Perfect. That's all for me. Anything else from council?
Just out of curiosity, if you load that sucker up, what's the rotation cycle to get it to turn into dirt? Like, are you running is it like running a coffee maker for 13 days straight, or how would that work?
I'm so sorry. I'm having such a hard time hearing you.
So if you were to fill up one of these containers, fruits, vegetables, whatever, what's the energy consumption before it starts turning into dirt? Like, how long does this thing have to run?
So it only takes between 4 to 8 hours for it to run its full cycle. So generally people will just run it overnight. The machine is very quiet, and the energy consumption is 0.8 to 1.3 kilowatt hour, which is about the same as plugging in a laptop for the same amount of time.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a warranty on the machine?
Yes, we have a 1-year warranty on the machine. And we cover all costs for any defects or any issues that are caused by, or that any defects for the machine, yeah.
Anything else? No? Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm sure one of our administrations will contact you one way or another.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Well, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, moving back to 3, adoption of the minutes. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second. Councillor One.
Okay, so the last meeting we had a resolution for our tax sale, which is set for September 25th, 2024, as well as we passed a resolution for Grand Point 5A, and we're assuming underground work infrastructure for that one, and that was really it.
Thank you. Council, any comments or questions? No. Call for the question, all those in favor? That's carried, thank you. Committee reports and minutes. Do I have a mover? Councillor one, second, Councillor Boulanger, thank you.
Okay, so I received just the one committee report from Councillor Bonnerchuk for the regional outreach. If there are any questions, please direct them to him.
Anything, Council? No? Perfect. Okay, I'll call for the question. Those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 5.1, account page to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Pelletier, second by Councillor Bonnerchuk. Thank you.
We've got 3 batches here for the first being batch 18356 for the year 2023 in the amount of $249.69. Another one is 18363 for 2023 for 17,000 and change, and then batch 18364 for 2004 for 39,518. Nothing really to report unless you have any questions.
Council, any comments or questions in regards to the batch?
No.
No. Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 5.2, accounts not page to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Boulanger, second, Councillor Lemoine. Thank you.
Okay, this one here we have 4 batches, batch 18358 again for 2024 in the amount of $762,736. Another one is batch 18359, it's an EFT for 2024 in the amount of $488. Batch 18379 for 2023 in the amount of $14,364. And batch 18381, which is just a utility refund in the amount of $1933. A summary batch was provided, sorry, it was a little bit last minute there with the holiday and being on vacation last week. So if we've had time to review, if not, please let me know.
Thank you, Council. Any comments or questions? Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 5.3, payroll to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Pelletier, second. Councillor Lemoine, thank you.
Okay, so we've looking here for payroll number 3, a little bit of overtime on the public works side, but again, no concerns on our end for administration.
Thank you, Council. Any comments or questions? No. Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Moving on, I think we're in public hearings now.
Mhm.
Okay, so for public hearings, just a bit of run of show here. So the way it'll work is I will read item number and then the assistant CEO will go through some information and then I will open the public hearing. I'll ask anyone to speak in favor, anyone that wants to make a presentation on the item number first to come up and make the presentation. Then I will ask anyone to speak in favor in person to come up, anyone to speak in favor on the phone or online to go ahead and just please unmute your microphone, turn on your video camera if you're here and when you're speaking, and then I will go to anything received in favor. Then I'll go to anyone wishing to speak against in person. Please come up and do the same as the in favors would, and then I would ask anyone to speak against online or on the phone. Please unmute your mic and video and go ahead, and then I will do one last call. And then I will close the public hearing. At that time, that is for council to debate and discuss. It's not for any public engagement. So if you do have anything to say, please do it during the public hearing. Without further ado, I will go into 7.1.1 C1 2024 contact projects 1304 PTH 75.
Thank you. This one here, this conditional use is for, we're just looking to change the intended use of a past conditional use number 16, 2013. It was for a used car sale to general storage of sewage and pipe equipment for contact, and it's in an AL agricultural limited zone. And so this was sent after the Planning Act to the appropriate residential properties, as well as MRPD, Public Works Manager, Building Inspector, the councils, CEO, Assistant CEO, Fire Chief, and MTI, as well as posted on our board here in the website and sent through Connect.
Thank you. I'll open the public hearing at, what's that say, 7:19 PM. Is there anyone wishing to make a presentation? Anyone wishing to, online or in person? Anyone wishing to speak in favor in person? Anyone wishing to speak in favor online or on the phone? Anything received in favor? Anyone wishing to speak against in person? Anyone wishing to speak against online or on the phone? Anything received against? Okay, one last call. Anyone wish to make any general comments, ask questions, online, on the phone, or in person? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing at 7:20 PM. Do I have a mover? Counselor Pelche, second Counselor Boulanger, thank you.
Okay, so therefore be it resolved that conditional use C1 2024 is approved with the following conditions. This use shall not be noxious, offensive, or hazardous by reason of emissions or production of odor, dust, refuse matter, waste, vapor, gas, smoke, vibration, or noise, and shall not create a nuisance beyond the property sightline. There shall be no storage of hazardous liquid, materials, or substances. Applicant shall comply with the municipal noise bylaw for 2023. Any outdoor lighting must be located, arranged, or shielded so that no light is directed at any neighboring property. Applicant shall maintain the storage area for proper drainage so as to not affect adjacent properties. Number 6, items stored outside shall be kept in a tidy manner so not to create an unsightly appearance. Number 7, applicant shall comply with the littering bylaw 5/2011. Any signage shall comply with the municipal zoning bylaw 9/2019 part 11. And then 9, applicant shall provide a signed confirmation letter accepting the terms of this order. There may be site audits conducted to ensure compliance, and any non-compliance issues may be caused to revoke the conditional use at any time. Further be resolved that C16/2013 would be rescinded.
We're going to open up for council debate discussion. Council, do you have any comments to make? Questions? Discussion?
No, I think it's just a cleaning up and bringing stuff up to date, and kudos to the applicant to.
Perfect. Yeah, call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed, none. That's carried. Thank you very much. If there's anyone here from that, you're more than welcome to leave. If not, we'll continue. Stay for the show. Yeah, exactly. 7.1.2 C3 2024 Matthew McGrath, 41 Louis Road.
Okay. Okay, so this one here is to allow home-based business in the rural residential zone consisting of a physiotherapy clinic. So again, it was sent as per the municipal act, as well as the MRPD, Public Works Manager, Building Inspector Council, CEO, Assistant CEO, the Fire Chief, as well as the applicant, posted on the municipal board, the website, as well as Ken.
Thank you. We'll open the public hearing at 7:22 PM. Is there anyone wishing to make a presentation in person or online? Anyone wishing to speak in favor in person? Anyone wishing to speak in favor online or on the phone? Pardon me. Anything received in favor?
Yes, so there's one letter here from a Ryan Nacionales at 467 Louis Road in Grand Point. So I, Ryan Nacionales of 467 Lee Road, Grand Point, have had the opportunity to discuss the details regarding Matthew McGrath's planned home-based physiotherapy business and pending application, conditional use application. Matthew has proactively reached out to me in order to detail their planned venture and the extent of the limited possible impacts to my home and family as neighbors of the planned operating location. By signing below, I certify that I support the planned business operation detailed in Matthew's conditional use application. I welcome the shared benefits that may arise from the introduction of a health and wellness focused venture to our community. I acknowledge the planned business venture at 481 Lee Road for the related conditional use application and hereby confirm my support for its approval in my capacity as a nearby resident of the proposed operating location.
Thank you. Anyone wishing to speak against in person? Anyone wishing to speak against online or on the phone? Anything received against?
Yes, there is one email here received by Eileen Tillieu at 483 Louis Road. So concerns about home-based physiotherapy business on a residential street. I want to reach out because I received a letter for a request to open a home-based physiotherapy business on our street, and I have some concerns that I'd like to share. While I totally get the need for accessible home healthcare services, I can't help but worry about the potential impact on our neighborhood, especially with evening and weekend visits. Our street has always been a peaceful haven for us and our families, and the thought of increased traffic, especially during those times, is a bit worrisome. I'm sure you understand how important safety is for all of us, especially with kids playing outside and people taking walks in the evenings. Having more cars coming and going could make things a bit chaotic, and I'm concerned it might even affect our sense of community. For more than that, I worry about the safety of everyone on our street. With additional vehicles navigating through our residential area, especially during peak hours, there's a heightened risk of accidents and incidents that could put our families in danger. Additionally, I'm worried about the potential impact of property privacy and safety. With more activity happening on our street, there's a chance that our homes may feel less private and it could potentially compromise the safety of our properties. We moved to a rural area to get away from busy city traffic, cherishing the tranquility and safety it offers. Introducing increased traffic from a home-based physiotherapy business could disrupt the very essence of what attracted us to this neighborhood. Let's ensure that any changes respect the unique character of our rural setting and maintain the peaceful environment we all value. I'm reaching out with the hope that we can find a solution together that prioritizes the safety and well-being of everyone in our neighborhood. Maybe there's a way to adjust the plans or explore alternative locations that could be a better fit for the business, ensuring that our street remains a safe and welcoming place for all. Thanks for taking the time to listen. I really appreciate it, and I'm confident we can figure something out that keeps our neighborhood safe, happy, and private.
Perfect. Thank you. I will go for the final round. If anyone should make any comment, speak in favor or against, online, on the phone, or in person, or any general questions. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing at 7:26 PM. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bodarchuk, second Councillor Pelletier. Thank you.
So this one here, so therefore be resolved that conditional use C3 2024 is approved with the following condition. That applicant shall not cause the generation of undue traffic and congestion in the neighborhood. Any signing or signage shall comply with municipal zoning bylaw 9/2019 part 11. Space devoted to the business must not exceed 20% of the total floor area of the primary dwelling or 300 square feet, whichever is the lesser. Applicant shall provide a signed confirmation letter accepting the terms of this order. There may be site audits conducted to ensure compliance, and any non-compliance issues may be caused to revoke the conditional use at any time.
Thank you, council. Open for council debate discussion. Anything to add, any comments on, discuss?
Just like any home-based business, they start off small and then probably potentially move to a larger location. But I welcome home-based businesses. I have a little bit of issue with the first condition. The applicant shall not cause a generation of undue traffic and congestion. It's kind of hard to quantify that, validate that. I'm just wondering, you know, do we limit him to one person a night? Like, how can, you can't really,
Yeah.
right? So I just wonder.
Yeah, it's really up to you. Yeah, it's up to you. I know that we do tend to put this clause when it comes to home-based businesses. I think we're just trying to avoid,
Yeah.
too many extra vehicles. That being said, he will most probably only have one, if it's just himself, which it should be, he would just have the one at a
Maybe-
time, so.
Right, can we maybe put parking, no parking in the street, maybe just parking in his driveway, which might limit
Sure,
the amount of vehicles coming at one time?
okay, I can do that.
Again, how do we enforce
Instead of
that,
doing
but,
enforcement,
you know, just
just make it-
aware.
That's all.
Change.
Yeah.
Friendly.
Other than that, I don't have, like I said, I welcome home-based businesses, it's to help anybody out,
Yeah,
it's good with me.
I agree, our bylaws or conditions, I should say, 300 square feet is the equivalent of one room or bedroom with no bed. It's one
Yeah.
per visit of whatever, 30 minutes or something, so at least once it grows, this isn't a facility until there's enough. And then obviously this person will have to move on into a bigger space, so I'm good.
Excellent. Anything else from council?
With fellow councilors.
Okay. So I will use read resolution
I didn't.
with the change though.
Oh, I can if you want.
No, I don't think that's okay. Council's.
I'll just, the first one will just be removed, the one that says undue traffic and congestion, and so we'll say no parking on, and up with the specific street, and just say parking on traffic.
Council good with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
with that change, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried 5-all. Thank you. 7.2.1 bylaw 1/2024. Public hearing.
Okay, great. So this bylaw here is to rezone. It is going from AL Agricultural Limited to RG8 for the purpose of a 72-unit multifamily lot in residential development. So that is in the Elishing area.
Thank you. Anything else?
Sorry. We sent an for the municipal act as well as MRPD, Public Works Manager, Building Inspector, Council, CEO, Assistant CEO, Fire Chief, NCI, the applicants, as well as Connect on-site, the IDC Country Store, the municipal board here at the office, as well as our website.
Thank you. I'll open the public hearing at 7:30 PM. Is there anyone wishing to make presentation on the project? And if you would like, it's always a benefit, so council can hear and the public can hear, but you don't.
Well, we said,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a while, sir.
That's okay. Me too.
I guess, we're developers in St. Anne and Lorette, and, I've done some work in, South Point, Winnipeg. And there's a style of townhome that, has been successful in those areas, that we want to be able to develop here. The site plan that you see here has the least amount of density that we've ever done. It creates very big green spaces, which I think is very attractive for the, I'm going to say a bedroom community, or for a Winnipegger that is looking to move outside of, the urban environment. So we think it'll be very attractive. The plan is trying to preserve as many trees as we can, because the site is pretty beautiful right now with almost like a forest, in it. The plan that we're showing right now shows a ton of parking, knowing it's a bedroom community, and our experience in Lorette, I think parking's key. Actually, I think there's too much parking at this point, but, it's good to show that much. About 25% of the units will be, accessible units, so good for seniors, that sort of thing. Or basically main floor, easy to enter. And we just think it's gonna be something that we'd like to own for a long time, but, kind of is positioned well for the Winnipeg.
Perfect, thank you, appreciate it. There's never too much parking, just so you know.
Yeah. I just looked
There's
at
always
it.
not enough parking.
Well, it's showing like 167 or something. So
400 is better. Does council have any general photos of what it could look like? I don't have any in my computer, so, no.
You didn't?
No, we don't. There's nothing.
Oh, I talked to Tannis this morning, sorry. So I have what we're doing in Winnipeg right now, so we don't know if it's gonna look exactly like our Winnipeg
Can
one.
you just pass it through?
Yeah.
So they
And
can.
then I have, what we're doing in St. Anne. And they're virtually the same. In terms of, it's usually a 3-bedroom main floor unit, 3-bedroom, 2-story unit with a garage, so it looks like a townhome, and then a 1-bedroom, basement unit, underneath. And then some of the ones that we're doing, in St. Anne and that are proposed here are, a main floor unit that's a 2-bedroom, and a 2nd floor unit that's 2-bedroom with a garage that's optional for either the upstairs unit or the lower level unit. So is that clear enough in that picture?
Council?
I'm just grabbing the old ones from the email,
Okay,
Did you get some in the email?
when you came to us first.
Okay, because there's 2 versions. That one, there's a white version. Did you see that?
This is the dark version.
Okay, so that's the same as that one.
That's some basement units in this, you said.
Yeah, so some of the units will be 2-story, 3-bedroom unit, like a normal townhome, and then a separate stair going through a basement unit. And then some of the units will be a 2-story unit where the main floor is a 2-bedroom, and the 2nd floor is a 2-bedroom.
Okay.
Having these townhomes, I'm assuming is it affordable? Is it considered affordable living?
There's a mix, like the lower level units for sure will be, the 3-bedrooms won't necessarily be affordable, but the 2-bedrooms I think will be. Our plan is to be able to capture a wide range of
For
tenants.
seniors, for example, right?
Yeah, like
For affordable senior housing. So I just feel
Yeah.
like that's built into the.
so what's your rates in
Yeah.
Lorette or St. Anne, for example?
St. Anne, we're 15 and change for the 3-bedroom, and the 2-bedrooms are.
1-bedrooms are only 50.
Okay.
No, we're a little higher than that on the one. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's gonna be that here, just,
Yeah.
we're just curious, yeah.
Yeah, it's the, pricing's a little fluid right now with the cost of, debt and that sort of thing, but, yeah, I know that there's a need. And I believe that neighbors to the north is also looking at doing some serious rentals as well, so.
So what's the popularity of the I have a hard time with the basement, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I've had it before. I've had family that stayed in there. I personally don't like it, but what's the return on that? Do people appreciate having that option?
It's affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's affordable and the windows are large. We try to get that basement above ground, like the basement you're thinking of might be a conversion, like
The
a
ones I've seen are in Niverville.
Niverville.
Yeah, and those are like what I'm assuming you guys are doing, because they're pretty new.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be similar, yeah. Yeah, the key would be to get those basement windows above grade, like some of the units almost feel like they're above ground, like depending on how you landscape them.
Anything else from council?
Or just, yeah, the basement units, I don't know if rapid housing initiatives come into play or if there's a benefit there or
No idea.
depending on price and stuff, but maybe a conversation with the economic development officer.
Yeah. I think only half of the townhomes, like 18 are our main floors, so that means, it means that like half of them will have basement units, like of the 70, no. It'd be 18 basement units, 18 floor units, and then the rest are all second floor units.
I'm not putting you on the spot here, but do you have a general timeline on when is this market dependent, or is this like, no, we're impacting this right now, this is gonna happen?
We would like to move forward with it pretty quickly. We've got to move a few things around, so, you're putting me on the spot. I would be ready to move fairly quickly. We have a project in queue in St. Anne right now, so we're just trying to figure out if we're doing phase 2 there or if we're moving here. Okay, so.
Thank you. Anything else from council? Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor in person? Anyone wishing to speak in favor online or on the phone? Anything received in favor? Anyone wishing to speak against in person? Anyone wishing to speak against online or on the phone? Anything received against?
Yes, one email. This is from Chad and Darlene Leclaire. We are writing to express our opposition to the rezoning of agricultural to residential for 72 multi-family units to this property. We feel there are more than enough condos in IDC. It feels like our town is turning into a bedroom community, and the units we currently have seem to be poorly designed. They look so congested in such a small area with not enough parking or green space, both of which should be considered when planning such projects. This is supposed to be rural living after all. It's started to feel like vacant property keeps turning into condos and apartments, which looks like row housing. Can our community accommodate all these units with future developments going up off of Dufo Drive and rumors of a possible development on Arnold Road? Examples, school, recreation facilities, daycare, wastewater, landfill, and EMS services. We really feel like all these condos simply take away from what living in a small town is all about. We really need to consider how we want growth to look for the future of our community. We'd rather see single-family dwellings with ample green space and a room for parks and recreation than condos crammed in every available space in our backyards.
Thank you. That's it. Okay, I'll give it a last call. Anyone wishing to speak in favor, against, make any general comments or ask any questions online, on the phone, or in person? Seeing that, I'll close the public hearing at 7:38 PM. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second. Councillor Pelletier.
Okay, so here we are looking to pass, we're just jumping to the second reading of the bylaw. And so if you're on agreement with doing so, we can move forward.
We all open for council discussion. Okay, council, anything to add?
Oh, I would say that just, yeah,
Just want them, there must be a need. These,
I think Councillor Pelletier probably could answer because he's working on
Yeah.
with the HAF stuff, or you were a big contributor to that, so it's your best bet.
yeah, it's full
Mhm.
and there's lots of room for me to go in a few years and and our kids, right? That's multifamily, despite the objection is, much needed resource in our community.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear those numbers if that's what they actually will be around there, cause my mom's living in a dump in Selkirk and it's 900 a month rent, right? And it's a 1 bedroom, so I'm just hoping that this is affordable for our kids. We don't want them moving into, yeah. So that's the way it's gonna be. Yeah,
Just to add, I think our municipal low income
Hmm.
housing range of like 2,000 a month or something, so I still think there, I don't know when, but possible programs for cost per door for these kind of units, so I think something to consider and look into. And just for council, like, just to confirm, we were not looking to square up these parcels up to Main Street, correct? Because we wanted to keep this back, okay, this, sorry.
Cause that's actually a lot that goes on all the way around it.
Great, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, so. we're just- Yeah.
Okay.
Good, thanks.
Anything else? No. Call for the question, all those in favor? Opposed, none, that's carried 5-all. Thank you very much. You guys wanna stick around for the show, you can. If you don't want to, please leave. Thank you very much. Okay, item 8.1, bylaw 1/2024.
Sorry, already get that.
We did that one?
Yeah, because the public hearing is, there's nothing. I just put that on you.
So we're doing third reading now?
Yeah.
Okay. 8.1.1, bylaw 1/2024, rezone 1039, old PTH 59 from AL to RG8, third reading. Do I have a mover? Counselor Boulanger, second. Counselor Pelletier.
And so if no other further questions or comments, I'm just looking to move forward with the third and final reading. And the bylaw.
Perfect, thank you. Council, any final comments?
Can't say nothing.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you very much.
Just go quicker if we leave, you want us to pull it?
8.2, bylaw 2/2024.
Thanks, babe.
All right, see you later, guys. 8.2, bylaw 2/2024, road closing in Grand Point, first reading. Counselor Bonnerchuk moves it, second. Counselor Lemoine, thank you.
Okay, so this one here, we've actually already passed a bylaw for this road closing, which is why we don't require a public hearing. This is more just as per our legal, they needed to adjust some of the wording, I was told. And so that's all this is. And so we're just looking to move forward with first reading and the following second reading to do that.
Thank you. Council, anything to add? Comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 8.3, bylaw 2/2024, road closing, second reading. Do I have a mover? Counselor Boulanger, second. Counselor Pelletier, thank you. Final.
Yeah, no, nothing really to add. We can move to the second reading and then we'll do the third at the next meeting.
Thank you. Council, nothing. Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 8.4, bylaw 17/2022, rezone 1461 PR 200 from AL to CH, third reading. Do I have a mover? Counselor Bonnerchuk, second. Counselor Lemoine, thank you.
Okay, so this one here is the one that has to go to the municipal hearing. It's off the PR 200. And so that was held in November of 2023. Their decision finally came in January and they are requesting for it to be refused. And so I am requesting that you deny third reading of the bylaw due to the decision of the municipal board, as it does not comply with the legislation, regulation, and development.
Okay. Council, for discussions. Yeah. I disagree with it.
I do too. I think it's such a small, yeah.
Should I just call for the question?
Well, it sounds like Mr. Felcher has something to say.
No, just,
So we're calling for the question to defeat it.
Yeah, so essentially, the way it's written is how it's normally written, right? So if you were to want it, you would say aye, but we are asking you to deny it, so to vote against it.
Okay,
This, the municipal board is saying it should be refused due to everything. Our CO has just wanting to clean this up, get this cleared away, that he is asking that you deny it. And that's it.
okay.
So when you call the question, if we want it denied, we say yes.
No, don't.
Don't-
I know the way I'm
The
asking that you
recommendation from
deny it.
administration
Okay.
is
Yeah,
to
just want to clear
deny
that
it,
up.
Okay.
but council's free to vote as they'd like, in favor or against. So I'll go ahead, yeah.
No, I'm just thinking what else is up that road and I guess, there's some other.
I think it's the vision of keeping ag. I think that was the big.
That as well as the approach, I think, off of, PR 200. Also just it's in a flood zone. I think just the big thing is the fact that it really goes against our development plan. As much as we tried to say we wanted to work with the applicant and whoever we needed to do, they are just very against it. Community planning is against it. MTI is against it. Everyone really was against it, other than the municipality and the applicant. So
It's really, it's kind of like the storage.
Yeah. but
Right,
It's a
like
unique
just-
exception to our rule.
Yeah.
yeah, I think one of the things too that they mentioned was traffic. It's another access point off the highway.
Currently exists.
Yeah, but that was it. I think that should be all had a chance to read the municipal board.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I read it, yeah.
That currently exists on other, lots. I'm just thinking, again, what's out there, but now that I think of it, I guess, whether they're beans or, cornfield, I guess it's all ag stuff, I think, so it's upper result. For this presentation.
Yeah, there's there's nothing stopping somebody from starting a combine there and going in and out of the driveway every day too, right? But
But we're not putting a business there.
Mhm. Anything else? Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That's defeated. Thank you. Moving on to 9.1.1, Richard Senior Housing Letter of Intent. Do I have a mover? Mr. Bonnet, second, Councilor Lamont, thank you.
Okay, so this was brought forward, I believe it's from our EDO. So it's just a letter of intent. This does not guarantee our participation or commitment. This is similar kind of to the daycare program, but it's now veering towards senior housing and it being affordable. And so this is just a letter of intent in order to, move forward with looking into possible funding that could come forward. So again, this is not us saying we're participating, we can back out. There's nothing legal holding us there, but we are interested in following through just to see, what kind of funding we can get. And this would also be for Reach Out as a whole as well.
Okay, so I will open up for council comments, but I want to make a comment first. So my understanding is we could submit more than one letter of intent based on community. I would like to propose that we do it per community that would like to see Rich Hut Senior Housing in X town, in X town, in X town. So we have more letters of intent, which I think will give more support of the need. But I could be wrong. Mitch and I did talk a little bit about it, and I talked to a
Okay.
couple other people, and they said the more letter. of
Oh,
intent.
really? Okay, yeah, when I talked to Mitch, he didn't seem to feel the need of having more than one, so I guess that would be your preference. as
It's up to
council.
council. This is just coming from
Okay,
my contact that said it would be a stronger support. If there's the town of St. Agatha in the Arm of Rich Shop
okay,
has a letter of intent, the town of Village Shane or Ward, whatever, supports this letter of intent. It's X, right? That's just my opinion. I don't know if it's the right way to go, but that's what I was told to do.
okay, I'm just trying to see here, I don't think it really speaks other than just saying complete communities. Yeah, it really doesn't speak in the resolution regarding specific communities, even
Right.
it doesn't even mention Reach Out
I
as a
know.
whole, it's just really the letter of intent, but yeah, it's, like I said.
Yeah, Mitch, I didn't finish the conversation.
Okay,
So
yeah.
That's the issue.
I mean, it's something we can certainly add if that's what you guys would like.
It's up to council. I mean, we can submit one letter or we can submit.
This is all, yeah, so that's true, because I think this is also probably a resolution that they provided as well, so, I would think that they would feel that it would be sufficient to say that. which is okay.
Whoever created this. was
Yeah, so I think this probably comes from John Hugh.
So they were the
directly.
ones that communicated with me to.
Okay, to adjust it, okay.
Well,
Okay, well, if that's the recommendation, what we
Just
can do
like-
is,
I don't see how it would hurt.
yeah, adjust this one. I guess the question would be, are you looking to do every community then?
Yeah, we're gonna ask a letter of intent by ward or by major center in each ward. So the Shane, St. Agatha, St. Adolph, Grand Point specifically. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll just change it to, we'll be creating 4 letter of intents based on the
Okay,
largest dense community of each
Each
ward.
rural centers will be,
okay. So which line would you like, Jeff? Or just add a line?
Just add a line saying this will, the 4 separate letters of intent from the Arm of Richshot, Shane, the Arm of Richshot, St. Agatha, the Arm of Richshot, Grand Point, and
Okay.
the Arm of Richshot, what's that other? St. Adolph.
Okay, I can always touch base with you.
Just wondering, like the daycares, you basically said, I'm gonna reach out, here's a daycare, where you want.
No, I don't think that's how it went. I think
Oh.
Shane asked for it, right? First, we said Shane needs it first, so then we went to phase A, so Shane phase B.
Oh,
We said St. Adolph needed it, phase B, St. Adolph got it. From my recollection, but that was 4 years ago, so I can't remember. Well,
I think,
Because we were
I
considering
think
Grand
we
Point.
should close it.
we're trying to get ground
Yeah.
first time around.
or was it based on land?
and.
I think services.
It came up.
Both, yeah.
So
We
then,
have the land, but we don't have the service there.
yeah, I think you're correct. I think we were the ones who suggested the location. It's like you said, it is based on land. This will be similar. We would have to provide that land as well, so that would also be a big deciding factor.
Again, whatever council wants and one letter, it's fine. It's just what I heard to do, so I don't know if it's right or.
Whatever.
Well, I guess,
It was asked.
I can't see it hurting it. Yeah. Like,
Well, I think
Yeah.
maybe the more it might stand out to go forward.
yeah, so I can just adjust the last line, say you have to sign 4 separate letters.
Yeah, I think this,
A letter text.
yeah, the positive thing about that is it shows that Richard in each ward is ready to go for this. Yeah.
And they, assuming this all goes forward, they'll never say, we have a project, and they'll select where they'll want to go. They'll
Yeah.
never take that responsibility, they'll leave it on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, so with that change,
Just be a little fun and then-
thank you. With that change, council, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried, thank you. Do we need a break, council? Do you need a Snickers, council?
dipping in my snack.
9.1.2 commissioners, designated officers, do I have a mover? Councilor Bodenchuk, second Councilor Pelletier.
Okay, so this came forward from the commissioners. They just wanted to update who their designated officers are for the reach out. And so you've seen a list there. We've also added just another line here to say that we can update the designated officers as required by administration so that we don't have to update and essentially pass a resolution every time their officers need to be changed. That could be removed if you don't want that, but it takes away from having to do this process every time they either have to add a bylaw officer or remove them.
What's BEO, bylaw enforcement officer? Okay. Also, any comment questions? We're good with the.
Yeah.
Yeah, the designated. Whatever update is required. Perfect. Okay, I'll call for the question. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 9.2. Opposed? Oh, sorry. I apologize, Councilor Bossier. That was very ignorant of me. Opposed, 1. Carried. Thank you. 4-1. Do you want that vote recorded? Okay, thank you. 9.2, January 2024 building permit reports. That a mover? Councilor, 1 second. Councilor Pelletier.
Okay, so. Okay, so for 2024, we had a total number of 9 permits issued in January for a value of 1.4 million, and the building permit fees were just shy of 3,500. Versus 2023, we had 3 permits. However, the value was 1.45, so a little bit higher, but I believe they had a house that was almost $1 million in value itself. So that's the difference there. And then permit fees are about 37. So we're doing pretty good, I would say, in terms of permitting and committing. So
Perfect. Thank you, Council. Any comment questions?
Just clarification, when it says description of construction blank, blank, blank,
Yeah, I think that just means that they are not completed. So you can see like there's no fees, so
I
they
see
probably,
that too.
yeah, so if they have no fees, that means they actually haven't gone out yet. They haven't probably been approved by our building inspector, so that we've gotten that information. They've applied for it, but I don't think they've been approved yet. Otherwise, the permit fee would be added in there.
So when that's factored in.
Yeah, I think eventually they'll add it, yeah.
Then we have reapprove it.
Yeah, well, what we can do is if you wanna see it, I can have, once it's included, I can either re-upload or send it to you. I think they typically add that once the permit is approved. I can ask also that they can at the very least, include the description and just leave the permit fee, I think. That way you know what it's for.
You're good?
Yeah.
Anything else from council? I'll call for the question. All those in favor? It's carried. Thank you. I just want to do a point of order because, there is no opposition. I didn't ask for the question as being a lazy mayor, so I apologize, if there is any discussion. So Councilor Boulanger, if you want to go back to 9.1.2, I apologize. I should have been more professional.
No, that's okay, I'm just, it's the commissioners, or not commissioners, commissioners. I see the value in the larger communities, I don't see the value in the smaller communities, so I've been pushing for something else, and so I just have to kind of keep on track with that.
Okay, appreciate it. Does council want to revote based on my ignorance? No? Yes? We're good? Okay, fine. Sorry. Okay, moving on to 9.3, development agreement, Valley Fiber IDC location. Do I have a mover? Councilor Blanche, second. Councilor Pelche, thank you.
So this one here is for the LA Shane location for Valley Fiber. So we've already passed the development agreement for the prior location. So just looking to pass the exact same development agreement, but just for the IDC location.
Okay, council, anything to add? Comments? No? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. And item 12, adjournment of the mover. Councilor Pelche, second. Councilor Lemoine. Any final thoughts, comments? Word of the day? Wordle, nothing? I will call for the question. All those in favor? That is carried. I'll close the meeting at 7:57 PM. Thank you, everyone that attended and that will watch us later. You can now stop recording.